Welcome to C-Suite Network's Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. And we are so excited that you're here. LaTanya, Michelle, Christina, Dr. Anna Lee, and more ladies are joining us. And a big kiss and hug to all of you who are watching the broadcast. So we'll just do that. How's that? Yes. Mwah! Big kisses. We could all use a little bit more love today, couldn't we? Yes. It's the middle of the week. So we're bringing a lot of love to you. Okay. Big hearts and big kisses. Today's topic. Whoa. Yesterday was fabulous. Many of you were here because we were talking about Get Great Clients Now, our accelerator. And we're on a quest, ladies. That's what we're doing. We're doing a quest this week, 4 days, because this is the topic that I'm hearing a lot of women, coaches, consultants, trusted advisors, thought leaders, very interested in is how not do I just get clients? No, I want to have great clients. So let me jump in. I'd like to show a couple slides and then we're going to get you involved. Now, my promise for our time together is number one, it's going to be speedy. It's going to be energetic. It's going to be extremely high value. Okay. Because you know, that's what we do in our council, right? There's no messing around here. We get in, we get out, and we get it done. Okay. Big pat on your back for taking the time to be here. Yes. Maybe a little stretching. We could do a little dance party, but we'll do that afterwards. Okay. Here we go. So let me share my screen with you. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Love it, ladies. So glad you're here. My gosh. I must say, seeing you is the highlight of my day. Yeah. So I'm going to put these slides away here in just a moment, but I love to have just a couple slides because it keeps me focused and keeps me in tune. Okay. So, you know, I'm Kathleen Caldwell, founder of C-Suite Network's Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. I'm an author, thought leader. People say that I am, so I believe that I am. Yes, there we go. Upcoming podcaster, starting a new podcast. And C-Suite Network just celebrated my 7-year anniversary yesterday. 7 years with C-Suite Network. Really happy about that. Really proud. What a great community of awesome people. Author, speaker, and most importantly, advocate, cheerleader, fierce supporter and coach of women. Okay. Because I believe that when we support women to be better leaders, to be great leaders, to live their purpose, we also support our men, our families, our children, and the world. Okay. And our legacy. So that's part of my mission for today. Yesterday, I want to do a quick recap, very quick, to get us caught up so that we can move forward. Yesterday, we were just reminding ourselves of the fact that, hey, being a coach, consultant, thought leader, trusted advisor, it's a very crowded place. You know, folks are the great resignation. Some are leaving corporate. They're moving from organizations. And because maybe they've had a coach in corporate, bless them, we love that. They are now taking weekend courses in becoming a coach. Anybody know what I'm talking about here? You know, we love them because we not only want to expand the pie of everybody around the world getting coached and having a coach, having a spiritual advisor, trusted advisor, is that we want to make more pies, right? We want to make the pie really big, really juicy, really delicious, but make a lot more pies. So everyone is enjoying the pie of their choice. But the facts are, just went on LinkedIn today, lots of coaches, lots of consultants, or people that say that they are. And you can't turn on the TV, open up Google, open up a newspaper, do whatever you want to do to get your media. And some are saying, hey, I want to stay away from the media, but the economy is headed towards treacherous times. Hello, this is not new. This has been since forever. And I mentioned yesterday, Jamie Dimon, CEO of Chase, has changed his projection publicly. He was saying that we were in a economic storm. Now he's saying turbulent times. He said we're headed towards economic turbulent times. He's now switched his public stance, and he's a thought leader, to we are embarking on an economic hurricane. So this is not meant, sisters, for us to put our head in the sand. This is not meant to get us all uptight, to get worried. But the reality is our clients are probably in a couple different camps. Our clients, our prospective clients are probably like, head in the sand, or they're on the other end of the continuum, really worried and concerned. They're concerned about their job. They're concerned about their future. They're concerned about life for them. So we are a safe haven, ladies. We are absolutely a safe haven. And we can provide them with what they need, whether they tell us what they need, and we'll uncover what they need, both things. So we are these trusted advisors for our clients. So now is the opportunity. And we always talk about this in the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council is we have to be the bright light for our clients. And we also have to be the bright light for ourselves in calling upon our bright lights, our sisterhood, our support. Okay. So the theme today is about great clients. How do we get great clients now? And yesterday we did a very nice definition. Christina, you were so beautiful in mentioning. Would you represent us, Christina, to the definition of great? Love to get your voice in here.
Sure.
Thank you. What a little applause for Christina. We love that. Yay. Thank you. Yeah. If you'd like to, Christina, no pressure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Markedly superior in character or quality. Remarkably skilled. Marked by enthusiasm. Synonyms: accomplished, adept, consummate, educated, experienced, expert, good, masterful, practiced, proficient, skilled, skillful, versed, veteran, virtuoso, and so on.
Thank you very much, Christina. You're so great to share the great definition. We appreciate that. Yes. So again, the theme for today is we're in our Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. We have high standards. We're out to big things in life. We've got a big purpose and a mission. So we're not just looking for good or ordinary. No, we're looking for great. So with that, our quest this week is how do we define what is a great client? So we did that yesterday, and we'll just do a quick recap of that. But first of all, if we don't know who we're going for, how do we know who that person is, or that group, or that organization, or that company, whatever that is? So defining for ourselves what is great for us. Who is that person that we're looking for? And then who do we need to become? That's what we were talking about yesterday. Who do we need to become to attract, retain, and really serve that great client? And then today I've decided we're moving quickly through this. We're going to get into specific strategies and tactics, sisters, say that 4 times, on how to go and get these clients, how to start re-engaging with them. Okay. And when is the time? The time is now, right? We're not messing around here. So yesterday we talked about great clients, and we talked about what does it mean to you. So step number 1 in this quest we're on is to define what a great client is. And so we took the time yesterday. You can watch the replay. It's up. Who's a great client? What is it? What does that mean to you? And setting high standards, setting excellent boundaries about that great client. Also, when it comes to a great client, who are they not? We've had experience with clients that we say, oh gosh, I wish I had not signed up that client, or oh, it's going sideways. So it's taking a courageous conversation, but who is the great client and who are they not? Okay. So we can politely, easily have conversations about, maybe the fit is not right here for us. Refer them to someone else if we want to, or move forward. Because if we're serving clients that are not great, how do we have the time to serve great clients? Okay, so let's let go of those that are not great, or coach them into being great. Okay, next question is, who do you need to become to to serve more great clients. So we're having this super good conversation yesterday. Who do you need to become? Do we all need to raise our game here a little bit? Give me some sparkle fingers. Who do we need to become? More communicative, more powerful, more focused, more intentional, more value focused, all these things. So I would highly recommend jot in your notebook, who do you need to become? And as a daily practice, okay? And then what do you need to do? And what do you need to be to serve more clients? So today was talking about the doingness of it. Okay. So the first day was all about beingness. Today is now the doingness, because yesterday builds on today. And then our third day tomorrow is going to be how do we have all of these clients, and dealing with the paradox of having more great clients, because there's a paradox we need to solve, and we'll do that tomorrow. Okay. So today, what do we need to do to enjoy, serve, have, and love up more clients? Okay. So my question to each of you, first question for today is, what's your offer? What's your offer to serve more great clients? What's your offer? Because we know that to be everything to everybody is a solution to be no one to nobody, right? So what's your offer? What are you offering to your clients? And I've just got a couple more slides, and then we're going to get the gallery mode, get the conversation going. But what's your offer, right? And what's the value proposition to serve more clients? So getting clear about what's the offer and what's the value proposition. What does it mean to your clients? And I will tell you what I think it's not. Hello. It's not the 3 coaching calls a month. It's not Voxer access. It's not email access. It's not structured calls that, hey, I do calls the first, second, third week of the month, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's that. Okay. That's the how you do it. But what the value proposition, I think, is transformation, clarity, confidence, validation, visibility, care, unconditional love, loyalty. That's what we give our clients. That's what they want. They want a trusted partnership. They want community, relief from worries, being heard by you, being validated by you. Our clients, our great clients, are looking for tools, strategies, frameworks, outcomes. They're looking for access. You as a thought leader, you can give them access to other great people and resources, just what we were doing on the call a few minutes ago. Okay. Ultimately, they're looking to you, I believe, to help them solve problems and create new opportunities. Solve problems, create new opportunities. And ultimately, what is value to them? It's the results that they want. It could be these things, could be a lot more, but we won't know until we ask them. Okay. So I'd like to pause the slides and come back to the screen. And I'd like to ask each of you your point of view on what do you think ultimately is your offer and the value you provide. If it's not the 3 calls a month, and it's not the Voxer access, and it's not the email support, and it's not the texting support and all that, if that's not it, because that's the pathway to them getting what they want, what do you think is ultimately what they want? And is this a good question, ladies? I'm just curious. Is this a very good question? I hope so. Yeah. Yes.
I think it's a very good question, because we get so caught up in our minds around the tactics and the tools and things that we are delivering. I don't know where that comes in. It doesn't matter, but we get really attached to that instead of stepping back and just really thinking about what it is that people are needing right now. So I can share what I think. So one of my entry-level offers is to address the need of my target audience for of a high achieving women, to create a safe and confidential space for them to really not only just let out what it is that they're holding inside and they don't feel that they can do in their current environment, but help them to really reignite and step back into a place of power, so that they can come out with a more clear vision for themselves and really reconnect to themselves in a way that taps into that limitless possibilities, right? Get out of we're doing all this and sink back into here so that we can go back and create a strategy for those possibilities we can now see.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Michelle, if you're not aware of this, Michelle McGlade is, of course, esteemed faculty member in the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. Yay. And Michelle has created Campfire Conversations, bringing women into the circle. Is that not badass? That's really awesome. Yes, yes.
Oh, I love seeing all your smiles. That fills me up. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I will also, may I brag? A
Sure.
VIP coaching client of mine. I'll just brag about you. So can you hear the clarity about the value? And the delivery mechanism happens to be, okay, group calls, VIP time with you, Michelle, newsletter, groups, buddies, all these things. That's the delivery. That's how we deliver it. But that's not really the value.
Yeah.
So if we're leading with, hi, and we're going to get into, today, great specific tactics that you can take literally tonight to start working on how do we get those great clients in the next 24 hours, because it's possible. But if we're leading with the delivery, the how I do it, it's people are going to be like, meh, we could sound like every other coach consultant out there, right? Yeah, there's no magic there. Yeah.
Right. And if I could just add, because I saw in the
Please.
comments that somebody said, it brings me back to a time when I was a Girl Scout or fill in the blank. And, this is probably what you guys talked about yesterday, but this is completely me. This is of my essence, of my authentic self. And I think that's a key piece of it too, because one of my values is playfulness, which it's a value that doesn't come natural to me, but this builds in the playfulness for me. And I think other women of my style who are high achieving and successful and who will resonate with me desire that too.
And such a perfect offer and value. And, so for all of us this is so great, Michelle. So let's give Michelle some love in here. Woo! Yes. Yeah, because there's such a beautiful visual to what she's saying. The value is like, wow, you can see yourself sitting around the campfire, resting into the circle. You can feel the heat of the fire on your face. You can have your marshmallow in the fire, making s'mores with your sisters. You can, so the value of authenticity, real. I mean, you could almost even smell the campfire, can't you? Yeah. So that's an offer that you are leading with. I'm so darn grateful to have had an impact on helping you craft that and deliver that. And it's been extremely, extremely well received. And you've been able to create circles, monetize it, bring these beautiful women together. And it's just delicious, just like s'mores would be, right? Yeah. Yeah. And hot cocoa or whatever it is. Yeah. A little hot toddy around it. Yes. So thank you, Michelle. Who else thinking about the value that you're creating? If it's not the 3 calls a month and it's not this and it's not this, what's ultimately the value? No need to be intimidated here. Yes, thank you. That's right. Or to be quiet, silent. Linda, so grateful you're here. Welcome from Brisbane, Australia, dear.
Hi, how are you? Great to be
So
here.
good. And as a note, if you have not seen the replay of Linda's Connect to Your Power segment that was 2 weeks ago, whoa, it was so powerful. Linda, very powerful. So the replay is up on our YouTube channel. Really
Thanks,
great.
Kathleen. Yeah,
Yes,
thanks.
thank you.
It was great fun doing it with you.
Thank you. Loved every second. Yeah.
Me too. So I think for me, the offering is freedom, offering people freedom from the suffering. And like, I can really align with what Michelle was saying. It's like, yeah, what she said is exactly right. But just helping people to reconnect to themselves, because for me that's the only place to go, because if we're not connected to ourselves, then we're not connecting to others, environment, all the rest of it. So we have to start with us. And I think people are looking for freedom from their suffering, whatever that might be.
Such a brilliant thing that you're saying here, Linda, that, now more than ever, really having us tune into what are these basic core needs that our clients have, our prospects have. And, one of the slides we talked about yesterday was really helping people, guiding people to a sense of belonging and a sense of certainty and a sense of that basic tribal need that we all have of community and being connected to a higher purpose and having more meaning in their life. And Linda, you certainly help people around the world do that, and to heal their ancestral types of wounding that really could be in the way of communities and groups and companies and individuals living from that powerful place of choice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're speaking ancestrally as well. For me, it's like the other end of the spectrum is the power and the strength that you have of those thousands of people that have come before you that have allowed you to exist. We don't hook into that. And that's like a lost opportunity, I believe. So yeah, that ancestral and transgenerational work is really important, both ends of the spectrum. Yeah.
Wow. How exciting. How exciting. So to have people say yes to that, and yes to you, Michelle, yes to you, Linda, and your special spark that only you have. Yes, yes. Christina, do you want to jump in? LaTanya, jumping in? Yeah, Christina, please.
Yeah, I'm happy to go. So first of all, I'm so excited to see you guys. And Linda, we've never met. And Michelle, I don't remember if we've ever really met. But anyway, hi, LaTanya. So, for those of you that don't really know about me or my work, but I'm a modern philosopher. So, I have been very passionate about practicing philosophy for personal development and professional development for the past 12 years or so. And what I offer is I help create guided spaces for deeper thinking, using philosophical principles and concepts and ideas from the greatest thinkers of all time in order to help people connect to insight, to take a step back, to actually really truly see reality and experience truth. So my current offering is called the Philosopher's Council. And I create a guided space for deeper thinking for men, actually, C-level executive men who get out of this group not only feeling a sense of getting new information and feeling growth, and this is all from them. I just did a whole round of feedback from them, but they feel like they're getting new information, that they're intellectually stimulated, that they're experiencing challenges to their own biases, challenges to their own way of thinking, this is very exciting for them. They feel like they're having conversations that they can't have in any other space in their lives, only with this group. And they appreciate the access to what I've been called as a cool philosophical librarian. I have a range and depth of understanding of philosophy and really curate specific experiences tailored just for them and their needs. And so since I've actually gone through this whole round of feedback, it's actually been quite some time since I've revisited my offer and my value proposition. So I'm excited about this work, I feel like this conversation is a nice reminder for me to put some pen to paper and kind of get it all down, because I have a lot of very rich feedback that I can pull from. So, yeah.
Thank you, Christina. Wow. And What Christina did not mention is that she is ushering in a brand new age, the age of insight. Just something small like that. You know, we've been
Yeah,
through the
yeah,
industrial age and the revolutionary age and the
no
Renaissance
big
age.
whoop.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no big whoop. I'm calling it. We're entering into a new age. We're moving away from mechanical and digital age and moving into an age of insight. And so I'm going to be doing work around highlighting the work of others who are really trying to bring more insight into people's lives. It's a trend that I'm seeing, and I know that we're in it. So yeah, that's it. Just a new age. No
Excellent.
big deal.
Excellent. And Christine, if I could brag on you, a VIP client as well, you know, so you can get a theme here, and we'll come over to you, Latanya, as well, is, you know, that can you see how attractive this is? Oh my gosh. I mean, the leaning in of like, oh my gosh. And, you know, Christina leading a council with really smart men who she calls her fellows and her boys, you know, that, you know, what a need that you're filling, Christina, to be able to give these men an opportunity to lock arms with each other. Really smart guys. How do they do this in corporate? They don't. They're like the smart propeller head that sits over in the corner and codes or something, or they graduated with a master's in philosophy and everybody said, what are you going to do with that kind of thing? Well, they get to jam with Christina and her boys in a council. So like, come on, this is like fabulous. Really great, Christina. Really great. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So, and for each of us, I mean, this is the thing that is so awesome. And the key is knowing this value. It's not the mechanics of the delivery. It's the value you provide to them and the world. We got to get this amplified out here. Yes. Latanya, love to hear from you. You're doing so much, you know, 2
Sure.
offices, global transformation, standing for employees, connecting great people with great companies. You're doing marvelous work. Tell us
Thank
about
you.
your value proposition.
So ultimately, in the bottom line, I simply am here to help organizations really deliver better results through people and thriving cultures. And so in order to do that, organizations need people, but in order for them to stay, they have to have thriving cultures, right? And so my job is to help organizations consult with them to really understand their talent strategy needs, their diversity, equity, and inclusion needs, helping to develop. I specifically like to focus on emerging leaders because when you get to that middle management, they really tend to get stuck. A lot of times they're getting into roles because of the technical skills, but they don't really understand how to manage others and just really be a leader because there's so much, you know, to that. And so with that, the value that I always like to bring and share is simply you're tapping into me. So a lot of times when you look at when you're placing an organization, talent with a particular organization, they may think that they're paying for the talent. No, you're not paying for the individual. No, because you can go out and get the individual. You're tapping into my knowledge and my expertise and my network to do the entire recruiting process, for example, to go out and do the sourcing, the recruiting, the interviewing, and really help to, you know, manage the offer, et cetera, and work with you and partner with you and be an extension of your team, and to lift the burden. So there's a full process there. And you either do not have someone in-house to handle that process, or it's just not a sufficient or large enough team to handle it, because we know of many organizations who have internal recruiting teams, but when it comes to certain level positions, you know, they really tap into staffing or search firms for that, in addition to their in-house teams. So we're really here to relieve, number one, the burden, and to serve as additional expertise and a resource to your team. And that's really the value. And that's what I always try to communicate. And I communicate it up front. You're not paying for the talent. No, because and I hate to say it like that, because when I think of it, it's like you're buying a person. You're not buying a physical, a human being. You're not doing that. You're paying someone who has knowledge and expertise to serve as an extension of your team, and you're tapping into that knowledge and expertise and their resources. And I always share, I'm a partner, an extension of your team. So that's the value that I believe I bring.
Excellent. And so let's take ourselves off mute, and perhaps in one word, I think, LaTanya, we can really serve you today by what I'm hearing is you provide organizations with certainty. Certainty. Yeah. What are you all hearing as well? What is part of LaTanya's value proposition to her companies? What do you think? Hearing what you just said, and everything you said, LaTanya, is excellent, but I'm also curious what you have to say, sisters.
You know,
Like that.
you kind of clouded. Yeah, now you've got the certainty jumped in, but before that, the energy that I was feeling from LaTanya was stability. Like she is offering my foundation extra bricks, extra stability, so that when times are tough or I'm uncertain, I don't waver so much. I've got that stability built in.
Powerful. Whoa.
Yeah.
Christina, Linda, yeah, what are you hearing?
There's, I'm just going to say how what you were saying made me feel. I felt reassured. It was very reassuring to hear you talk about all the things that you do and everything that you offer. So I feel like anything related to assurance or reassuring, which is also, I think, there's perhaps even credibility and integrity kind of tied to that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, because I believe in that. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
And
Thank
for
you.
me, I agree with what everybody has said, but also what struck me was like the value that LaTanya puts on the people and the respect. I think that was, coming through really loud and strong for me.
Thank you.
And I'll just add also relationships, experience, certainty, clarity. And so, wow. And, again, our relationships here when we work with organizations is, we're not working with the company per se. We're working, of course, we're guiding, mentoring, coaching, and building relationships with people who happen to work in corporations. So maybe it's, it's Coca-Cola or it's, Frito-Lay or whatever. I mean, whatever the corporation is, but it's the individuals, the people in the corporations that the bond is really with. Okay. So there we go. And so what's in it for them? And that's going to lead us to our next slide here. Was that helpful, ladies? Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you. That was very helpful for me.
Hey, and we're providing value, aren't we? All the time.
Yes.
That's just what we do. It's just who we are. Yes. Yes. So one of the best ways, I think, and Christina, you alluded to this because you're doing this now, is to get back into relationship. Always we're in relationship, whether it's we're renewing and rekindling that relationship, we're strengthening that relationship, but reconnecting with people. And our current clients is asking this question, maybe in a survey, or you could do some buddying up with each other and have someone contact your clients or do it yourself, is what's the value you're getting as a result of our relationship? What's the value? And then how can I give you more value? Is there an area where you'd like to see more, less, something of that nature? So interviewing, Christine, you've been doing that quite often, and congratulations on that.
Thank you. Can I actually share something that an approach that I thought was really, really useful? So
Absolutely.
now, granted, I run a
We're
group.
leaning in.
So granted, I run a group, but I think this could apply even if you work like one-on-one with people or in other kinds of scenarios. One of the questions that I had, one of the things that I had felt like I didn't understand was, what did the guys think or need before they joined the group? And then what are they actually experiencing or getting out of now being in the group? Like what were their if they had expectations, or what were the reasons for taking the step to join the group? What was it that they thought they needed? And then what are they actually getting? And I have to say, thankfully, there are actually two different answers. And I think part of that has to do with some level of transformation that they've gone through. But it's very important because I'm trying to speak to the person who, before they join the group, and use that language and say, okay, if this is what you're feeling now, imagine feeling this, which is sort of the feelings that the guys are experiencing now that they're in the group, that they didn't expect to experience, but are so happy that they're experiencing. So when I did my interviews, that was how I teed up the conversation. Just, I want to know who you were before and who you are now. And that's just, it was just started a very rich conversation that then led to a whole bunch of other insights about, what else I could be doing or what they're curious about, and so on. It was just like a natural lead in. So I found that very helpful.
So ladies, we realize we're in a master class here, right? I mean, this is a PhD level program right here. Most coaches, consultants, trusted advisors, thought leaders are not doing this. They're afraid. They're not courageous. They don't have time. They don't make time, blah, 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 blah. Christina, thank you. This is a masterclass. And so this is the foundation for a very important opportunity, which in our council, get ready, we're going to be starting this very soon, is a testimonial program. How can we give a testament and a testimonial to our sisters and what they're doing and the value they're providing in the world? Not like as a canned kind of like blah, blah, blah. No, as a real testimonial to our work, who we are, what we're doing in the world. And Christina, what you're illuminating here is you're giving your clients the opportunity to represence themselves. It's coming up in a slide here. Thank you. Represence how life was before, and then the transformation that has occurred. And they get to get the transformation again and the appreciation of the journey they've been on. So congratulations to you. It's, some people think, oh, testimonials, they're doing it for the coach. Well, guess what? You're illustrating, Christina, they get to do it for themselves. Powerful.
I think that's an interesting point that you're making in terms of as a retention tool, as a client engagement and retention tool, and approaching it with that mindset, I think creates a bond in the conversation that is less about something. It's a lot less feeling transactional.
Right on. And through this process, again, great clients own their transformation. Great clients, I believe also, because that's part of my criteria, you have your own criteria, but also I believe that our responsibility is, and it's overused, the analogy, but it's a good one, is the gap. Okay, what's the next gap for them? And I know, Michelle, you and I talk about this a lot, is what's the next gap? What's the next thing? Because I believe our responsibility is to the transformation, to growth, to what do they want? What's important to them? And serving them that. We get an opportunity to grow too, which is fabulous, Yes. Comments before we move on, because we're going to get into tactics now. We've identified our great clients. and we know who they are. We know the value we're providing to them. Now let's go find them. Okay. Any other comments before we move forward? Yes. Okay. And so just want to take a little temperature check here. What's a one word phrase that's like where you're at now? Let's take a little temperature. How are you? What's on your mind now? How are you feeling? What are you experiencing? What's present for you now in this moment? Just jump right in. Let's popcorn it.
What's present for me is the value of this little mini mastermind we're having. Now, I interact with other coaches and consultants, but this masterminding format is a huge win. I feel cared for. I feel like I'm contributing and serving others, and I'm receiving ideas and thoughts and confirmations as well. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yes. And we all have this great privilege to be doing the same, to paying it forward. And you do this. Really nice. I'm so grateful because I'm getting the same. I'm like, wow. Awesome. Thank you. Good. How about others? What are you, where are you at? What are you thinking? Where are you at right now? Just checking in.
So I will share that you all just really just reinforce for me that I was on the right track as far as communicating the value. And I had learned that from, some other experts. But when you actually put it into practice, you think you're doing it right. But when you come back and talk to other consultants and advisors, you really, help to reinforce that and even give me additional language that I could use to communicate my value. And so thank you so much for that. And then the other thing I would say is, one of my, also another focus area from when I worked in corporate into what I do now is helping to really advance women in their careers and in the workplace, and also specifically women of color. And one of the things that I talk to women of color about is that it is important to build your networks, but you must build your networks and get in the rooms with people who do not look like you, because there are women and men from all diverse, different backgrounds who want to support you, who will support you, and want to see you win. And and again, it was just another reminder of just the things that I'm sharing with other women about the importance of building diverse networks. It's just so powerful. And so just thank you so much for that.
All we can say is right on, huh?
Right.
And a little clap for you and a clap for Michelle. Yay, good. What can I say? I love going to the toy store, getting a little silly stuff here. Yes. Before we move forward, Christina, anything else that you'd like to anything on your mind, top of mind, Linda, top of mind before we move forward?
It's so funny because LaTanya said, I was like, I'm exactly where I should be.
Isn't
and
that
then
great?
LaTanya goes and says it. And I'm like,
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel
That's
right
it.
now. I'm exactly where I should be. I'm exactly where I need to be. That's all. That's it.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Love it. Linda, how about you before we move forward?
Yeah, just quickly, I had it when you asked the question, I had this real sense of excitement around being with you guys together and just having this space to have these conversations, to go, oh yeah, what she said is really cool. And, how does that relate to me? How does it resonate? What parts don't resonate? So I just love these opportunities. It's really, I don't know, nourishing and fulfilling.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. Love it. So I want to pivot now very quickly because we will complete at the top of the hour as we always do. My gosh, so beautiful. Thank you. Let's talk about now tactics, because I'm very clear it's easy for me to hang out in the deliciousness of, oh, I feel so good. I love what I'm doing. I love being a coach. Oh, I love it. And then it's like, okay, Kathleen, you got to move to action, girl. You got to get going on this. So here we go. Let's get into what do we do? So everything that you just shared, ladies, we're just talking about these things on this slide. So finding out what is it that they value, these great clients that we're seeking are also seeking us, right? So let's jump into, how do we find them? How do we cultivate them? How do we curate them? How do we invite them? Okay. So getting in some tactics. And by the way, I'm creating this as a workbook for all of us. So, you'll be getting this as a handout very quickly, but just thinking about, like yesterday, we were talking about what's the criteria? What are we looking for in great clients? Who are we looking for? We talked about this yesterday, that people, of course, who are looking for growth, they're yearning for growth, they're experiencing this, they want you, they respect you, they honor you, they pay on time, they show up on time, they show up and they refer you. I mean, like all these great things. Be generous with yourself in the criteria of who you're looking for. Set these high standards. You deserve it. You've been doing this for a long time. You deserve this. Don't go for any client, okay? Look for great clients. Then step number 2, I highly recommend this, create a great client 100 prospect list. Get into your LinkedIn, get into your email messages, get into your social, get into the communities, the networking groups, everywhere that you hang out. Just start a list. Now, what I love about this is getting an ongoing list of your top 100 great client prospects. Okay, because you got the criteria. Now let's start listing them. Okay, you may, when you sit down, you may start with just 5, but guess what? Your reticulating activating system, your RAS in your brain, your subconscious mind, just like if you're ready to buy a red car, you're going to just see red cars. The same thing is going to happen. You're going to see and find great clients all over the place. Maybe you're reading something from the Wall Street Journal and they quote someone as an expert and you say, you know what? I bet that person knows a lot of my great clients. Maybe I could have this person as an expert on my program, my podcast, my show. They can be a conduit to more great clients. How can I build a relationship with this person and help them find more of their great clients? Okay. How can I be a resource? So I highly recommend just get going on your great client 100 list. Okay. On your computer, on your phone, whatever it is, just start the list. Okay. You can start doing this between today and tomorrow's session. And I highly recommend go out there, look at former clients, warm prospects. I hate the word prospects. I've been selling in the sales field since like 1979, a long time. I hate the word prospect, but that's kind of what the nomenclature is. But warm people who know you, like you, and trust you. Just get going. No attachment. We're just listing. Okay. Then part of your quest is you've got your list of people who you want to genuinely reinforce the relationship with. Okay. We want to connect with these wonderful people on a relationship level. This is not prospecting. This is not sales. This is not hardball. This is not any of these things. This is genuinely looking to reinforce and reconnect the relationship. Okay. Reach out. And I highly recommend this. Do it with email, a text message, a DM, a phone call, whatever is your favorite mechanism for connecting. Okay. And a typical thing that you could write, and again, I'm going to follow this up with a little script for you, but it's so darn simple, is dear wonderful person, dear Joan, dear Jane, dear Bob, dear whatever the person's name is. And make sure that this is authentic. Okay. I've been thinking of you. I heard an interview and why is it that you've been thinking of them? I heard an interview. I read an article. I saw your post on LinkedIn or Facebook, something like that. Like I was thinking of you and what caused you to think of them? Authentically, genuinely real. Okay. And how's your business going? How's your career going? How's your something going? Something that you know about them. How's your fill in the blank going? Or what's new with your whatever it is. Okay. Really, so it's just a couple sentences. Would love to have a coffee Zoom call with you. Would love to get together on a quick phone call. Would love to reconnect in person when I'm in New York the next time. Something. Love to get together. Here's my Calendly to schedule. Looking forward to reconnecting. Okay. This is not a long drawn out thing. This does not list, I have a new group starting up and the cost of it is this, and it's 3 calls and it's Voxer support. And no, it's none of those things. It's, I've been thinking of you. And here's why I've been thinking about you. What's new with you? What's going on with you? Would love to connect with you. Quick phone call, quick coffee call, something, you know, again, for them to know that it's going to be kind of a quick reconnect. We just want to reestablish the relationship. We don't want, sometimes lunch is a little hard for people because people are not going out to lunch as much. Maybe if you live in the proximity of the people that you want to connect with, maybe it's a quick drink after work. It's whatever works for you, you know, make it the path of least resistance. Okay. The most important thing here, sisters, is the PS, the postscript. Okay. And again, can you see it's a couple sentences? You can send it in text. You can send a DM. You can do whatever works for you. But the PS is the most important thing here. Okay. The PS is where you personalize this to what you genuinely, honestly, thoroughly, and completely, totally appreciate about them. Or something like a fun experience you had with them, or results from a coaching relationship that you had with them. I'm right in the midst of doing this now. And one gal comes to mind is, PS, I remember when we worked together and I was your coach at this company. And I remember how fun it was to meet in the conference room and the insights you were getting about the work you were doing in your plan, you know, just whatever it is, keep it really, really short. Or PS, I'm so in awe of the growth you've had in the last couple of years. I mean, share what's authentic with them. Okay. Put a little PS in there, represents the relationship with them. Take them down a trip down memory lane to represence your experiences. What's really true and authentic. Put that PS in, don't leave it out. Okay. Put something in there that's true for you about them. PS, thanks for reading my email message. I miss seeing you at the something meeting or something like that. You know, whatever is true. Okay. The goal is we want to warm up that relationship with them. Okay. I assure you, ladies, no one is doing this. No one. It's all transactional nonsense. Okay. It's all transactional. No one is taking the time to see them, give them this visibility. And you're taking them back to a time when you had a great relationship with them. You were closer to them. Okay. Yeah. Or something like one of my clients I'm going to remember, I'm going to say, PS, I still to this day am honored that you shared your journey with me about your pregnancy. You know, there are things that happen, and maybe, you know, it's not ultra personal, but something that's like, you know, really true for you. And I have goosebumps, ladies, because I'm thinking about how nice this is. Okay. It's a way to really connect with people. Okay. And as we finish up with this part of it, this is a great client quest we're on. Okay. What's in it for them? This whole process is all about not what's in it for you, because you're going to get what you want, no doubt. What's in it for them? I know each of you genuinely want to serve them. Okay. So this whole quest process, it's not about pitching, enrolling, cajoling, selling, build. No. It's about genuinely connecting and serving. Okay. Following up with them. You're reconnecting with them with love, service, care. Okay. And not everybody's going to respond. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. But do our best, get out there with the right intention. Okay. So let me stop our sharing. And we have just a few minutes to go. Oh my God, another minute over. What's emerging for you? What's your biggest takeaway from this great client quest? We're on a quest now. Okay. What are your thoughts? You're so quiet.
I didn't want to go first again, but I was just gonna say, like,
I know.
just be you. Just be you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And know your value. Believe in your value, because when you believe in it, your client will believe in it.
100%
Preach.
agree. And I think standing in that and allowing space for the client to actually feel into that themselves, or the potential client feel into themselves, and to, let it drip in, because it's probably not in their field, but you standing in that place allows them that space to actually get it.
Yes.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm just laughing right now because I'm writing a note to Elon Musk right now in my head.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
I don't
And
know what
why
my
not?
PS would be, but dear Elon Musk, I read somewhere that you use first principles thinking. That's from Aristotle.
And he has a
I love
philosophy degree. Yeah.
Aristotle.
Yes, that's
I
it.
love Aristotle. Like, insert interesting anecdote about Aristotle that nobody knows about. I hope you're doing okay.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
I'd love to nerd out with you sometime.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
He
that's it.
needs a little help, actually. He could really use some philosophical counseling right now.
There you go. There you go.
And that's the thing, like, I want to make my 100 clients list, but there's a few people on my 100 clients list that it's kind of like, I feel like, who the hell am I to like contact these people? But I know that I really should contact these people.
Great. 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 You're in the perfect place,
Yeah.
Christina. And so this is a great strategy. I'm challenging each of us to get going on it's sometimes called our Dream 100, but I'm calling it our Great 100 list. Okay. And you can go in, start with your former clients, start with where you feel the most warmth, start with what's easy, or start with what's most challenging. It doesn't matter. But the key is we must start. Okay. So between today and tomorrow we're going to be back at the same time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central, 2 Pacific. Is it 7 a.m., Linda? Brisbane. Yeah, 7 a.m. That's right. 7 a.m. And we'll be on tomorrow. It'll be Friday, June the 9th for Linda at 7 a.m. Are we impressed? Are we so impressed? Yes, exactly. Yeah. So my challenge to each of you is, let's come prepared tomorrow with starting our Dream 100, our Great 100. I don't want us to list the names. No, that we're not going to be doing that, but a framework of just starting. So our list, and then our starting point of, here's my reconnection strategy. Okay. If you start and at least send one reconnection, that's major bonus points, extra s'mores around the circle. Okay. So with that, all right. Thank you. Thank you. I love each of you. What a delicious, delightful time today. Okay. Help spread the word. Okay. We have an awesome group. Let's invite more of our sisters in the C-Suite network and beyond to come join us. Okay. Blessings to you.
Thank you, Kathleen. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Lots of love to you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.